What's up? What's up? We doing the Squadron TD. Squad. Ooh.
Like, there was actually like one. It's funny, I saw one other like kid who did stand and it like drove me
Because he was the
mad.
main competition.
Well, he wasn't even good. Honestly, no, he wasn't really competition. I was much better. And like we were not in the same like place with it, and I did it much more than him, and did it much more regularly. But every once in a while, I would see him, and by this point I was maybe like 15, and he was like 15 also. Yeah. And there's not a lot of 15-year-olds stand up in Vancouver, and yeah, it like drove me nuts every time I saw him. But I would talk. His whole thing is he kind of tried to act like an adult, and he'd come in like a suit and like a hat and stuff like that. And I skateboarded when I was, I would get up wearing like my airwalks. I was pretty 90s skater, so like it was my birdhouse shirt, my airwalks, and my my skater shorts, and I had like green hair, and I very much was trying to embody like the honest, what it was like to be a 15 or 16-year-old. Yeah. But then when Judd made funny people, his whole thing was like, there's never been a movie that like really shows what it's like to do stand-up comedy, and they've tried a few times. There's that movie with Tom Hanks, Punchline. That's like a famously like bad example, supposedly, of what it's like to do stand-up comedy. And something Judd would always reference is they have lockers in the back of the comedy club in that movie, and he was always like, "What comedy? Where do they have lockers? Like, what is this? Like,
how do you earn a locker?
Yeah, like how do you get a locker?
What is the hierarchy of lockers?
After you set, you hit the showers.
Yeah, exactly. You go in there, you shower after your set. And then I remember we walked on to like, some of them were real comedy clubs, and sometimes they were sets of backstage. And we walked onto one of the sets, and there was a wall of lockers. And Joe was like, "What is happening? Like, what? Why does everyone think there's lockers back here?" And they had, so we all waited as they like ripped all the lockers out of the set and like replaced them with players.
Dave's Hot Chicken and Dave's new Hot Boxes take it up a notch. It's playoff season, so you can feed any crowd or gathering. And
I'm immune to spice.
Hello?
Huh. Am I real good at spicy food?
Why?
I don't even feel it. Really?
That's a spicy one.
Oh. These are like old spicy.
we are going to not fear the Reaper because we have two action.
God. I don't like spicy. I don't like spicy food. I haven't spicy. Oh my God. I hate this show. I hate being here now. I need enough stunts growing up. I don't want to be in Jagger.
I want to be a Jagger.
Oh. Oh.
That's just one
Dude.
bite. Was that
Yeah,
one
are
bite?
you eating it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm down.
Not enough minerals.
Oh, I caught
Your attitude is fine. Maybe I can try. Man, I'm in hell, man. I'm in hell.
We definitely didn't have him this one
My
last time.
tongue is dying.
Really? No?
What do you mean, dude? What is this for?
You're losing your ability to talk. Shit. So I guess you don't have a tolerance to spicy.
I knew it. I knew it didn't make sense.
Okay,
Thanks, Dave.
here's the Dave.
Oh,
Thanks, Dave.
whoa, you gonna do it again?
Get it.
show, so I know about the so I'm not up just way about it because it doesn't mind. And I think having the radio show and smoking a lot has made it easier. It's like I've been practicing a little bit. It's writing jokes, and tags and all these other things where I'm just learning the structure of it. Yeah. But I feel like the structure of it, once I get that, with what I've got and the stories that I'm probably going to be a huge comedian.
Great, that's good to hear. Cool.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Proclamation.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
I think you heard it here first.
It'll be great.
How often do you perform? How many times?
As many as I can, so like maybe 5.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Does your writing change a lot from doing stand-up?
Oh yeah. Very much so. And I've actually found writing stand-up. I enjoyed it, but I found it kind of limiting, I guess, in some ways, because it was like I enjoyed writing like 4 characters screaming at each other more than one person. And like I enjoyed writing arguments and conflict, and to me that's like the heart of like, you know, cinematic comedy, like conflict. And it's also the heart of stand-up is the rights, like how you don't fit into the world, what you do is wrong with the world, but in movies it's brought to life through like scenes, you know, and in stand-up it's brought to life through kind of, you know, this, and I do think, I remember actually one of the best pieces of advice I ever got when I did stand-up, and I did it, was from this guy Daryl Lennox, who still does stand-up, and he gave me a lot of good advice. Very nice to me. And I remember he was like, good comedy should feel like a dialogue with the audience. Like, you feel like you're there talking to them back, or talking to them, and it shouldn't feel like a monologue. It should feel like interactive, like you talk and they talk, you talk and they talk, and all they're saying is ha ha ha, but it should feel like there's a back and forth to it. And, but what's interesting about when you write movies is like, it's all about content. There is no, like, you were just trying to get to a point where everything was difficult, as fathomable as possible, but it's more than the characters, essentially, and that's when it's really funny. And I found that a lot easier to do when I could write from the perspective of a lot of different characters. And I remember when we were writing Superbad, it was like, that's what we loved doing, was like these scenes where they're all yelling at each other and they're arguing over what to do, and we should do this, no, we should do this, no, we should do this, and like that became the thing that we really like gravitated to. And I think like our comedic voice, I say we because I'm a partner of Evan, who I've known since I was 12, but and I've written with him since then, but like I think our comedic voice came from like movie writing and from this idea of writing like 3 or 4 like yelling at each other, honestly. And when I did stand-up, I felt like I was okay, but I didn't feel like I was like had like a unique thing. I feel like no one else's movies sound quite like how ours sounds. Yeah. So yeah, and like you're saying, the structure of movies, all that, it's like it's a very different thing, and it takes a really long time to write a movie. And I think that's where a lot of
Hello?
Is this Adam?
Oh, yeah, this is Adam.
This is Ty with Quasar IT Boot Camps. I was just calling to see if you're still interested in the cybersecurity boot camp for the University of Texas at Arlington.
No, I decided to go a different educational route.
Okay, sorry to bother you. You have a great day.
That's all good. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you.
is like it can take like years to write, and a lot of people just don't have the patience.
Yeah, that could be deterring.
Yeah.
Did you, when you were doing stand-up as a kid, is that what led you to Freaks and Geeks? I mean, you thought
Yeah.
someone saw you there, or there was an open audition?
Basically, I was like flunking out of high school, and I was like all my friends were like applying to college and shit like that, and I was 16, and I was like, I'm not gonna get into any college, and my family, I don't come from a family with a lot of money, so I was like, I need money, and so So yeah, through stand-up, I got an agent, and then I was like, "Will you send me out on auditions to act?" And Freaks and Geeks was literally the second audition I ever got sent out. And so like, I got very lucky, and it happened, kind of instantaneously for me. And what's amazing about Freaks and Geeks is it was a big NBC network show, and they did auditions in Vancouver. Like they did open auditions everywhere, and went to every major city in North America, basically. So I got cast from Vancouver on a big network show in Los Angeles, and I moved to Los Angeles with a job, and with like a good group of people who I still work with and talk to, regularly. And a lot of them are still, literally I had dinner with Mark and Star 2 nights ago, and so a lot of it is the same people that I still hang out with to this day. It's something that I'm really fun.
I was so excited to discover that show because I felt like Fast Times was my favorite.
Oh yeah,
encapsulated, 80s, like early 80s, and then I felt like, oh my God, it's Fast Times as a series.
Yeah,
with the
something
same,
we've never talked about
era.
is how many movies you are in from that era. And it's one of these things that now I've seen videos of, and like you were in so many movies that I grew up watching.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, like these
like, yes, like
oh
literally.
my God.
Man, I don't know why, but
Literally.
people keep sending me video on Instagram of you talking about how bad graffiti is. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
Don't do graffiti, guys.
No. That was
It's
my
bad.
God. Yes.
It's bad. You can do other things with
I'll tell
your
you what
life.
that was. That was like 90. What do you have any idea what he's talking about?
I do have. I've seen
Hey,
it.
you seen that? Oh my God!
Everybody's seen it. I can't believe you're so anti-graffiti.
They get you all. I'm out there saying some ridiculous shit from the early 2000s. They get you.
And he had a ponytail.
What's the rest?
He had a ponytail at the same time.
Hold on.
What the hell, dude?
That was like 1990 or 91.
You should have been saying, hey, everybody, don't get a ponytail.
Give me 1 second to explain.
Ponytails are bad.
Yes, that was the biggest crime in that video, was the ponytail. And the shorts. Stacey Peralta said, hey, they want to do this PSA for anti-graffiti public announcement. I was a kid from San Diego. I didn't associate with, anyone that was doing graffiti or appreciate the artistic elements of it.
No,
anything like that, right?
at the time.
So, but also, I wasn't anti. I was very much like Stacey Peralta told me to do this.
You were
I
pro
should do
Stacey
it.
Peralta.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's Stacey Peralta's fault?
I blame him.
Nice one, Stacey.
And it was like his friend that was doing. He was like, "Oh, you were tasked to do this. Get Tony Hawk to do it." And I was like,
How did they get sucked into that? They must have got paid. There must have been money going around.
You get paid for it?
"No, I got paid."
For inciting it, insulting an entire art form.
And I remember thinking about it like, what? I don't really even understand the script that much because I wasn't. They filmed these other kids.
You look like you didn't believe what you were saying.
Yes.
If that helps.
Sell it.
The ponytail made it look
I
like you
hereby
might back
denounce. I hereby denounce the PSA. I apologize to any of the street artists that offended.
Into the camera.
My apologies. You should make the right choice
When it
and
comes to
tag
graffiti.
stuff
Yeah.
and make it look good.
Tag it up, baby.
There you go.
Get on those trains.
The
Tag
ghost-
people's
The
legs.
ghost of Basquiat will stop haunting.
It's so. It really that whole thing. I've been trying to ignore it because I see it
Me
being attacked.
too.
I'm like,
On
oh
your
man,
behalf,
that,
I'm
that
trying to
stupid
ignore
thing. That stupid thing. And now Seth Rogen has seen it.
Yeah, we've all
It's
seen
out
it.
there.
So it's
It
been
made it out
everywhere.
there.
I know that you would have seen it.
Why is it one funny?
Here's the funny part to all that. We had a challenge in our video game that you tagged.
That's right. That
Oh,
was the
wow.
That was an actual part of the game. Like you get points for tagging.
You okay with
Of
that?
course I was. Yes. And we had street artists getting the tags.
Yeah, that's right.
You should have the
I
greatest
hope that
street
I've made
artist.
amends by now.
You should have the greatest street
Holy
artist
shit.
on this show to apologize.
Hey, one by one. That'd be a good podcast. Tony Hawk apologizes
How about
to
if we
all
just
the
do?
street artists.
How about if we just do the walk of shame like Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
Would that
just
be alright?
they all throw paint at you.
And they just spray me. Shame.
Oh,
Shame.
that's awesome.
That would actually be cool.
Yeah, they
All
just tag you.
Whew, glad we cleared that one up.
Yeah, me too. Now stop sending me that video.
But wait, can we talk about Citizens on Patrol, Police Academy?
Oh, yeah, for that one, I was David Spade's stunt double.
That was just so funny.
Yeah, and I got fired.
You're conservatively 3 feet tall.
I got fired.
David Spade. How did you, because of your height?
Because I went through a growth spurt. From the time we got hired. Before, because it was like we got hired in LA and they're like, oh, we shoot Toronto in 6 months. And then we got to Toronto and the director's like, huh. And then they would tell me, Stacy caught what you could tell they were not happy about my height. And Stacy actually said, stay low.
Crouch.
He kept saying that, stay low. And I didn't stay low enough, and they sent me home.
But it's in the movie.
Yeah, well, I'm in the movie for a little bit, and then they had Chris Miller was another skater who was more his height. So they had Chris Miller. So David Spade has very distinct styles. And the dances. And at one point, I went.
You're on your way.
I think the coolest part about that was that we got to take over downtown Toronto.
You skated through them all. Like, yeah.
Oh, and we did wall rides.
Yeah.
We skated government buildings.
It was amazing.
With full permission.
As a kid, that was
Their
real,
budget.
like, wish fulfillment. Like, that was great.
I got to do that in that full blast ball cop.
We are.
Stop.
We're at the
You
top
guys are both
of
into
cinematic experience here. All right.
Hey, we're all huge.
And we do
that movie has probably made more money than any comedy I've ever been in. So technically,
Paul Blart?
Yes, you're doing very well.
We do have the shared experience of the interview.
Yes.
So I got to do a screening of the interview because I get off the studios and so I'm kind of picky with the movies because I'm like, I'm not going to just watch a movie and decide later if I like it. Like, I know I'm going to like it. It's going to be funny. And watched it, laughed, I put a post up about how funny it was. The next day, shit. Man.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I know that caused
And you were caught on the bit. Everyone got stuck. I still meet people to this day who are like, oh, I have like people's identities were stolen. People's like, I know a guy. This was a funny one. All the like payrolls of all the movies were published. And a guy I know, a guy I'm friends with, was working on one of a small movie we had made in Vancouver, and the payroll things was published, and he found out that he was the absolute lowest paid person on the entire movie's payroll. Like, there was not one person who worked on the movie.
Man.
And every day he'd be like, I feel like they're treating me like shit on this movie. And we were like, no, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. And then he was like, look, nobody. The guy who was like watching the parking lot at night got paid more than I. Guys, he was like, let's go. Like that. Like that's pretty funny. So yeah, to this day, a lot of fallout.
I got frantic messages the next day. Like,
Take down the boat.
And I'm like, what happened? North Korea. I'm like, what are you talking about? North Korea wants me to take it. What is going on? And then I saw that all the emails exploded.
Everything.
So.
That was that. Yeah, that was still falls out every once in a while.
Does that actually affect stuff? I mean, it must affect small security after that.
Really? No. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Not like in a tangible way. Like, we were able to keep making movies.
And they did eventually release it, right?
They did. But the crazy is now it's like on television. It'll be just on like FX at like 2 p.m. Like, that's what's crazy. It's like, it was at one point the most controversial thing in the world, and now, like, I'll be like flipping channels on like a Sunday afternoon, and it's like, oh,
Simpsons, interview.
yeah, exactly. And no one, it's amazing how that can happen. I was worried maybe it would cause some long-lasting fallout, and it did, but no.
But at the time, it seemed like
at the time, it's really bad and catastrophic, and it fired over it, and it just on fire. It really caused like side in Hollywood at the time, and I think how things how business was done in some ways. It actually like kind of showed that the best movie can have in some ways if it has a full theatrical like campaign and they go directly to screen. They went to it still like the biggest movie that's ever screened on digital, like which is crazy. And so it did a lot of things that I think the fallout will still see. Students come up to me and they're like, they're teaching me about it in my university class. Like, it's really, it's wild. And it really recalibrated, like, what I consider to be, like, controversial, which I think is, like, I think as a comedian, probably, a lot of people like to think they're embroiled in some sort of controversy. Yeah. And after that, I was like, oh, now I know what it's like to unless like the president's giving news conferences about it, it's not. It's like, like people getting mad about something that's like having have to make a statement about it. That's
I have a question. I saw a video that Brian Cranston saw you super high or whatever and came up to you, and you're not a good friend of his. You do know him.
I do know him.
But he is still that man, and he's a celebrity, and as a person that's been too high in public, and I'm just hanging on in the corner, it wouldn't even matter if anyone would be on a famous person I don't know that well walks up and goes, hey man, you okay?
I literally left. That did it. I was at the Golden Globes and I had a week long off. This was like this was years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years, I can't remember exactly. And I mean, honestly, I have a vague recollection. And of all the drugs I've done in my life, nothing has made me more high than like weed food that is too strong. Like, that is the only thing where I've truly been like, please, God, make this end. Like, please. There's been moments of other drugs where you're like, this is a lot. This is, I'm white knuckling it a bit, but I'm gonna. This wave will crash, as they say. But with weed food, you're like, this wave will never crash and kill me. Like, and just for one of those times, like, I've seen Americans looking to be pumped off. I don't think that crashing down on me. I absolutely don't have a great recollection of what happened other than I was at a party, and which is at the same venue that it's all in the same hotel. And then Brian, I like, the next thing I know, Brian Cranston is like holding me, looking at me, saying, "Are you all right?" And at that point, I just been returning to my wife. Let's do that. we like turned and she was all right, and we just like turned and left. And truthfully, I didn't remember if he had any recollection of it, or if I kind of like put out the words in my head, or maybe you kind of form these stories a little bit and tell them and kind of take on a life of your own at times, and then I heard him tell the story, and it was almost worse than I remembered it. Which I guess was validating in some ways, but
it was that impactful.
Yeah, it was that he remembered.
We had a funny email exchange because I heard you on Howard Stern with Snoop.
Oh yeah.
And he smoking.
It's the same as Be Real. They've got weed. Like, I smoke as much as him for sure. Those guys,
they have different weed.
They do it in a certain way. They've got like 5 each. Yeah. Like, give that guy one, they give it back, and then you just like get a different level of it too.
Yeah, it's like I'm not.
I just emailed you and said I just thought, come on, that was a great bit. Snoop is hilarious. And he said, yeah, I was not okay after that.
Yeah, I was on the show, and then afterwards, also Snoop is like fascinated with these cross joints I roll, and he likes them, and there's like a novelty. So every time I'm with him, he's like, I roll a cross joint. So we were on the show, and then we go back, and he's like, oh, to the side of this room we are in front of and he's like, roll the cross joints, which is like 50% THC that I have. That is like, like not when I'm
you have that.
Smoke. That's what he had. And I'm in the I'll go to the 30s.
Yeah,
I'll have a 4 every once in a while, but like his weed, I don't know, like it was wild. And so I roll like gigantic cross droids, and we hot walk this like little tiny room. Meanwhile, he has blunts he's smoking. It's like, it's like he has
He's
a
got a
blunt
chaser.
to wash down the cross droid as we're smoking it, and it's all he's passing that, he's passing this, and it's just like,
Additional
what is
supply
happening
depots
right now?
required.
And then he gets in his car, he's driven off, and I literally, my car was like parked in an alley behind the studio, and I got in my car and sat an hour. And I was just like, I can't do it.
That's how I felt. I didn't be real podcast. I didn't even
Being in
smoke.
another little car, right?
But I did,
they got the
not
others.
the one in the car. I wouldn't survive that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I was just in the room, and my lungs were burning in the room. And then I got in my car, same thing, and I was supposed to go meet my family for dinner, and I just sat in my car like, I can't.
I did that show, and I'm friends with people really cool. One of the
When I was in high school, I used to sit in my
one of the co-hosts had an amazing car. Everybody had a car. Everybody. And he had a dad car. And the room is make like you got hired, you didn't smoke. So you're getting that, and I'm smoking this. And I'm looking at this guy, and he's doing a dab, and he's got a joint in his hand.
Yeah.
While he's talking, asking me about skateboarding or something, I'm like, how are you doing that?
There's been a few, and I'm sure someone like me, like smokes a lot of weed. Like, yeah, there's probably like a dozen times in my life when you're in a room with people, you're like, I smoke a lot of weed. These people really smoke a lot of weed. Like it is insane. Yeah.
Like, how much air do they breathe
Yeah.
versus
All right.
weed smoke?
I remember when Snoop Dogg recorded a song for This Is the End, and it's like during the end credits, and we've been recording it was like that. It was like so constant and crazy. And like Craig Robinson was there, who's in the movie, and I literally at one point look over and he's like asleep on the couch. And I'm just like, oh, like this is like we have like a body count after this. Like all we're just so much weed. It's like one time I went to the High Time Stoner of the Year Awards, where you would expect there to be a lot of weed, and Funkadelic. And there, again, backstage in a green room around this size, there's like 45 Funkadelic, and every one of them is smoking weed. This tiny room, there's like 50 joints being passed around at the same time. I had just gone to the dentist that day and had my teeth cleaned, and so my mouth and face was like numb. And I remember I had to get up, and it was one of those moments where I was like on stage.